What's up, Black Girls in Real Estate? It is your faithful founder, Jay Searcy. Really, it's Janine Searcy, but I always just say Jay because I feel like it's easier. Anywho, I am literally just getting back in from the field. I had a field day. What I call field day is when you go out as an investor, you stop at, all of your projects, you check in on the progress, you check in on the quality of work, you check in with your general contractor or your teams, making sure they have everything they need in regards to materials, money, because it's Wednesday. So they're humping right now. They're trying to get all their work that they were assigned to do for the week knocked out. Because, baby, on Friday, they're going to want that cha-ching, okay? They're going to want it in cash or money order or a Zelle, whatever they're trying to get. So today, I checked in on I'm lying, three sites. One of the sites that we currently have is 2, 4, what is that? Is it 6? No, 2, 4. So it's two different developments that are um really they're duplexes that we're building here in Atlanta um with a fabulous developer, UHC. We're really excited to work with them. It's Shemalishin. And we are helping more investors get started with building duplexes and finding ways to create income producing assets. So if that is something that you guys are interested in getting started with, you could be a brand new investor. We can assist you. Ideally, we would, of course, want you to have at least a 690. That makes it easier for us to get financing for you for working capital, investment property loans, and all those things. But if that's something that you guys are interested in doing here in Atlanta, please feel free. Shoot me a message, connect with me, email me at hello@Black Girls in Real Estate. We love to work with you. If you're an agent that's working, working her business, or you have clients and they're looking to build, please feel free to reach out to us. We love to help you get started. Building has just become something I've just become passionate about. I love building. You guys know I really started in fix and flip. Love fix and flip. But the market has shifted and they're not moving as quickly. They're not as profitable as they have been in, prior years. And so right now we are really focused on providing what I like to call income stabilizing assets. So finding land that, we can build duplexes, triplexes, quads. We can actually build around HBCU campuses as well. And what I love about those is that there's always going to be a need for student rentals. It's just, that's what it is. We have students, we have veterans, right? People that are literally getting out of the army or that have been out and they need places to stay. There's a lot of homeless vets, unlicensed group homes, right? People that need housing coming out of prison. People are doing those. People are doing pad splits. We're actually an affiliate with Pad Split. And so the builds have shifted. People are also doing build to rents. And you as a brand new investor, we can show you how to get started on these type of projects. You don't necessarily, have to have all this experience. You just need to have a licensed contractor, which, we can provide. If you go and you follow all of our pages, especially if you jump into on our IG page or onto our Facebook group, Black Girls in Real Estate. I've been live all day on all of our different sites so that you guys can actually see the level of the builds, the type of construction, what those look like, because we're really interested in working with new clients. So there is that. If you are brand new, and I mean, you're like, listen, girl, what is a field day? What are we talking about building? A field day, like I said, is when you go out, you tap into all your sites. You spend the day driving from site to site to site. And that's if you have a couple projects. When you first get started, it's typically one project, your first fix and flip, your first new build construction, and you're there, right? I remember when I first started, I lived on those sites. Sat on the site all day. I worked from my car. I had, my daughter, she didn't go to summer camp. Some of those summers she was with me on site, my hubby. We were just there, right? Like knocking these projects out, making sure that they're getting done to the level and the standard of what, you need it to be. We used to even run for some of the teams. They'd be like, oh, we're out of glue, we're out of this and that. You're like, okay, let me go pull up, let me go to Home Depot and go pull up and go do all these things so I can make sure, right, that like you have everything they need. But I will say that if you don't have the ability to be on project sites because you work a full 9 to 5, you have to get what we call your boots on the ground. You know how we doing our boots on the ground, boots on the ground, boots on the ground, right? You got to have somebody boots on the ground that can help you get through your first couple projects until you have a trustworthy team that you believe in, that you're excited to work with. They produce a good quality. All that is super important because you don't want to put your money down, go to work, and then you pull up and your sites aren't being worked on. They're not being managed. You don't want to have general contractors run off with your money. That has happened to me before. It's one of the worst fucking feelings, excuse my mouth, one of the worst feelings you could ever have to get robbed in real estate. That's not a good feeling. And I can tell you, it is a buyer's market. Buyers are able to come in here, they're able to negotiate, they're able to get, rate buy downs, they're able to, negotiate on the pricing, the terms, but that doesn't mean that you still can't make money. There are still profit margins, especially when you're building, that are stronger than fix and flips. And I will say too, this is a fabulous market to start holding on to properties. And I think all of us in the industry got caught, right? Like we were cruising because interest rates were so low, 2 and 3%. People were jumping into houses like it was hotcakes, like M&Ms. They just jumping into houses, lines around the corner. When I first got started in real estate, when we were going out to fix and flip properties, there were lines. And I'm talking about people were showing up with their whole team. They would have the lender there, the inspector. I know this girl, she used to go bring her appraiser because she wanted to make sure her values were right. The general contracting team is in there. Her agent is in there. She was ready. Like, when I first got started, I didn't realize all those things, right? You don't know. You're just showing up trying to get into a house. You don't even know what the numbers are all the way. You're trying to YouTube university it. And I think that that's where a lot of brand new investors get into trouble because you don't know what you're buying. You don't have correct numbers. You don't have correct material costs. And all those things lead to failures in projects. And so when you're doing this business, you really want to make sure that everybody that you're choosing to work with is lined up. Your little black book of people, right? Your inspectors, your appraisers, your lenders, your agents. You might have an agent that buys for you. You might have an agent that lists for you. Your general contractor, your subcontractors, right? All these different people that help you to be successful in this industry. And if you don't have that, you don't want to get started because you can put yourself in financial detriment because you don't have all your people. Real estate is a business that is relationship driven. You can't be successful in real estate without these different relationships. And if you don't have them or you're not developing them as you're going through, it puts you in situations where you're trying to figure out who those people are and how to work with them. And I forgot to mention a closing attorney. You're trying to put it together and you're already in the deal. You're already going through it and you're trying to piece it together, and that takes time. And you don't want to have to be figuring out who your people are while you're in a deal. You do that work before. I've had a lot of wins. I've had some mega losses. I'm going to talk about one of those. Had a house that burned down, had a house that got robbed a bunch of times. I had a house that flooded. I had a general contractor rob me of, thousands of dollars. And all of those lessons help you to get good. And I know that I've been through things that I think would make a lot of people quit. But what I've learned is that the successful people in business, entrepreneurs, real estate investors, real estate agents, they bounce back. Do you know how many people in like 2008, when, the bust came with real estate, people lost everything. People lost houses, people lost their businesses. And a lot of those people are now coming back into the industry. A lot of them came back during COVID because the market was so great. They were, we were rolling. We were making hundreds of thousands of dollars during that time. And so now that the market has shifted again, interest rates are at like what, 6.63% on a 30-year, 5.75 on a 15-year. We just have to be mindful about where are we placing our money and how are we making our money work for us? Because some of the things that you may have done in the past or that you may have explored or that you may have seen on Instagram and social media, those may not be the way that people are making money anymore in this industry. So we want to be mindful about having market knowledge and understanding where we should be planting our money and how, what sector of real estate to make this thing happen. So I am very high and mighty on multifamily duplex building because that stays profitable. I see duplexes selling every single day. The multifamily game, that's just something in our industry that just keeps going. People keep making money off of it. It is what it is. So the duplexes, triplexes, quads, townhouses, those are still very profitable. Building those, right? And then where are you building them? How are you selling them? Build to rents, and then focusing on already rental properties that you can convert or you can add more bedrooms so that you could get more renters inside of those. So if any of this interests you, you watch this video, you're like, wait a minute, I really want to get started. If you would like to work with me privately, please feel free to shoot me an email at hello@blackgirlsinrealestate.com. If not, if you still want this type of info, you would like some live coaching, you want all of my course replays. We have a whole real estate investor course. God, it's like all of my videos for the last 9 years I put inside of my school. It's called the CEO Society, the Real Estate Academy, and it's just getting started. I'm super excited to pour back into a community for women to learn, to get into this game. We're going to have some fabulous industry speakers come and actually talk to you guys and tell you more about how to get started in this industry. Resources, my Home Depot preferred, all my perks, my preferred contact. I'm going to do behind the scenes. I'm going to be doing education. You'll get discounts for my tours and my conferences. We're going to be doing prayer. We'll be fasting together, doing workout challenges. So the CEO Society provides a ton of value, especially for somebody that is brand new. And you could join us from anywhere in the world. We meet on Zoom. That membership is $39 a month. I made it super affordable so that you can get in, you can learn, you can get your feet wet, you can connect with me. We can help you grow your credit, help you build your working capital, just really get started in this industry without having to pay such a high dollar amount. Now, if you are interested and you're like, listen, I have really great credit, I'm liquid, I have some assets, 401k, SEP IRAs, home equity lines, I'm ready to get in, I want hands-on private, I will be honored to work with you. Feel free, shoot me an email, shoot me a DM. I always respond. I love connecting with brand new clients. This industry has fully changed my life. I love what I do. I love helping Black women, especially Black women that work 9 to 5, get started in investing. And I think we all have really, truly learned the importance right now of making sure that we have additional income coming into our households that are outside of just our traditional 9 to 5s. I haven't had a 9 to 5 in almost, this is coming up on 9 years. So I'm 38 years old. I haven't worked corporately since I was 30. When I left. I wasn't going back, and God has blessed me. He's carried us through good times and through bad times, and he always will provide for us. So I love that. And I'm excited to show more women how to do this as well. So please don't hold back. If you guys are interested, feel free. But a couple takeaways from this: income producing assets are key. Having your team is key when you get started in this industry. If you don't have your team, don't start. Being tenacious. Keep going through the hard times and the good times, right? Real estate is always going to have shifts. It's like the stock market. It's going to go up and down, round and round. You just got to know where you're planting your money and make sure you're doing the things that you need to do to be successful. Partnership and membership. So we're here to help you, sister, as you get started. Welcome to Black Girls in Real Estate. Welcome to our page. Please like, follow, and subscribe. We're super excited to have y'all here. We have a lot more coming to the table. tune in and don't get lost in it. Just join us.